Hello everyone, I803866. And today, you can't see everything on the bench here, but today's exercise is to get dial-up service using entirely Windows boxes. We're also going to be using a little bit of a similar device, but not equal to device to try to make this happen. On another dial-up video that I used with Linux as a dial-up back end, I used this Linksys PAP2T, which will work for this exercise. But today we're going to use a SPA112. The example... Oh shoot. Well, the example that is... I'll show you here. Yeah, so you can see there, the example in question is going to be a SPA122, and we're going to use the one Cisco phone device, but here are a couple other ones: the SPA2102, the Linksys SPA2102, Linksys PAP2T, and the Cipra SPA2100 will all do what you want to do. In my case, I'm using the SPA112, which is very similar to the one pictured here, but it's not a broadband router or anything like that. You don't have the internet port on it. At least I don't think we do. Oh, you don't have the Ethernet port on there. So yeah, the Ethernet and internet ports are basically the same thing. And do read the instructions very closely. Now, all of this here, the basic network setup, I believe, is largely what you want to call. That's largely for the SPA122. For the SPA112, all you have to do is go and connect the thing up, make sure it's factory reset. You may have to go on your DHCP server and look for a reference to SPA112 and find its IP address. Once you find that, then you can put your IP address into the web browser, which we're going to do here. You can use anything from Windows 2000 on to do this. Default admin and admin. Now, I've already did the setup once, so some of this is already going to be filled in, but we're going to pretend it's not. So we're going to scroll right past down this, and this is where it gets important. So we log into the web interface, which we just did. We go to the voice section, and this dial plan... Oh, shoot. Well, I clicked on a wrong thing. Like, the user ID is 100, user ID 101 on the bottom one. So where it has you copy these lines, you can copy them in this quick setup option. That'll cut on some aggravation. But in case you didn't do that, for the spirit of this documentation video, we are going to do this a little bit more by the book. And two very important steps: the make call without reg and call without reg. Very, very important. So do that. You go to line 1 on the left. Call without. In my case, it's already done. By default, these two options will be no. So this option here and ANT's call without reg should be both set to yes. And once you do that, you'll want to hit submit. And then you want to turn around and do the same thing. Well, let's do submit. Let's just see what this does. So yeah, you may... unit may reset. Sometimes it'll say 3 seconds. Sometimes it'll say 40. But anywho, let's continue on. So let's say you didn't fill in that information, the user ID. The user ID is in the middle of the page here, subscriber information, and you can put it at 100. And you'll scroll down to here where it says audio configuration, and anything that has the word fax in it that can be set to no, set it to no. There's probably about a dozen different settings there, but you just have to go through them one by one. The dial plan is something you want to copy and paste from here. This will be step 3. And what I'm highlighting here can be changed to whatever you want. Just make sure you change it to both of them to whatever you change it to, as long as it's a 10-digit number. It could be a 4-digit number, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but you just got to make sure that matches. If you're copying and pasting exactly, that's it'll be that 909-555-1010. Very, very important. And just out of curiosity, I know it's a fake number, but 909 area code is Southern California. That doesn't really mean anything. Maybe it just did Southern California as a generic thing, but you want to go ahead and hit submit when you have all that in. When you're first setting it up, mine started doing 40-second resets, but it's now down to 3, possibly because I didn't do any changes. So we go to user line 2, and we find that make call without reg, ants call without reg. Make sure they're both set to yes. User ID is right below that. In this case, it'll be 101. And anything that references fax without an audio configuration towards the bottom, select no, which I've already done. And dial plan, I just copied from line 2, step 3. Very important. Don't reuse the first one. Slightly different configuration. And once you hit submit and it comes back to the original screen, the setup on here should be complete. Alright, so we are done with that part. Before we do anything else, before we set up any other dial-up configurations, you want to go to whatever network connection actually has your internet on it. You want to right-click it and go to Properties. And then over in Advanced, make sure this top checkbox is checked. If it's not checked, dial-up will work all day, but you won't get anywhere. Learn that the hard way. Anywho. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have closed that out, but... And now that I have this, had that little troubleshooting step configured, I want to see what the onboard modem does. There is a possibility that soft modems and all that you may need a real modem, like the US Robotics 56K externals will work. Some Winmodems may not, soft modems may not. But now that we'll assume that everything's good, so we go back to control panel and we'll set up a new connection. Next, and then you want to set up an advanced connection on the bottom. You want to hit next. You want to accept incoming connections. Next. And I am going to check the Lucent Winmodem just as an experiment because I think this modem's okay. Before it was getting dial-up all day, it just wouldn't go anywhere. But it was because I didn't have that checkbox and the wireless connection checked. Next. Do not allow. And I created a user called Dial with the password of Dial. Do whatever you want. Don't tell me about it. Or do. I'm not a cop. Make sure you have only the necessary protocols. Do bear in mind, God forbid you have any VMware VirtualBox stuff installed. If you do, on your dial-up server, uninstall it. Or maybe just do a VM. And just connect your modem directly to that VM. Because trust me, one of my ThinkPads had VMware Workstation on it, a very old version, but it did have it. Finish. And in theory, that should be it. So I'm going to pause for now, and we'll get the other computer connected. Okie doke, we have a Windows 98 2nd edition machine now connected. And let's get that going. No area code, just straight up 909-555-1010. Let's connect. Windows 98, who cares? I don't know if you hear the dial-up noise, but there is a dial-up noise. Very odd. You know what? Let's reboot some equipment here, shall we? As you can tell, the setup is very finicky on Windows and the SPA box, the Cisco SPA box to be more specific. And it's restarting boxes here. Go. By the time the Windows 98 box boots up, the XP box should be fine. Yes, the CF card is kind of in this machine. See if it'll prompt for a dial-up connection. Okay, we are not going to do that. No, it's just going to bark about not finding a server. We got some kind of AOL trash stuff on here at one point. Putting a 1 in front of it, I don't know if I like that, but we'll see if that causes a problem later on. I'm starting to wonder if this modem's just plain incompatible. Shut up. Holy cow. But let's, I don't need that 1 in front of, when I'm dialing. That might be part of the issue here, so let's, shoot, I remember where that is in Windows 98. Area code rules. let's see what happens here. Well, wow, that rebooted the whole thing. I don't recall rebooting the SPA box, but must have. Okay, one more time. But I gotta go set one other thing on a server here that you're not gonna be able to see. Well, that's special. Oh, there it is. Incoming connections. It took a bit for it to come up, but right, so no shenanigans. Still dialing that one. Oh, don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll see here in a minute. Still cannot display a page, but that may be just the website. So let's try our luck here. Go to frogfind.com. Okay. Yeah, we can ping that. Okay. You know what? I'm going to say that I made a terrible mistake here. We'll try a real web browser. Although before we do that, let's make sure we don't have a DNS problem. We do have a DNS problem. Yeah, ping server. Okay, so we gotta give this a DNS server is what I'm thinking here. So I gotta figure out how to do that. Interesting. It looks like we have some VPN stuff on here. DNS. Oh, that's a problem. Let's make sure DNS is enabled. Oh, you must specify a host name for your computer. I don't know if that's going to be enough here, but we'll see here in about 2 seconds. Maybe a little bit more than that. Knowing Windows 98, you'll need a reboot. Sure enough. Unknown host. You know, let's put a DNS address in there. I just want to see. You're gonna make me restart? Really? Sure, why not? Well, welcome to life with Windows 98, folks. Real start reboot here. Okay, it was a little weird. Uh-oh. I don't know if I pressed enter to that or not. I don't think I did. That was a bad idea. Okay, back to dial-up, and let's hope for the best. Dial-up networking. Please work. Well, that's about where we were at before. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself here. Let's see if we're at least where we were before. We are. Yep, okay, just a DNS problem, so who knows if I had to manually put that DNS address in, but at this point it is at least getting, I can able to ping Google by its DNS name, so I think it's a step in the right direction. Not even going to go with that fake web browser this time. Always got to go with real web browsers, even back then. Though it's been kind of interesting to see if it even tried to load that AOL page, but oh, here we go. We're getting something a little bit different here. Sure, why not? This is just old root certificates, I'm guessing. Yeah, so let us go to FrogFind. The website that should rip it, but doesn't. I'm just kidding. Continue. People writing bots to scrape us, DOS us. Please wait a while and try again. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, that's unfortunate, but let's see. I am going to try another website that I believe is available. Thank you, Retro Tech Chris, for hosting the compact portable driver support software CD on his website. We are in our wonderful slow dial-up for our ages. Really? Hold on a minute. Oh. Okay, I got excited. I misread the 7 for a 17. I was hoping, trying to find that modem driver for an Armada 1700, but no such luck. But anywho, that is your dial-up internet, all running on 100% Windows. And before I cut this off, I should really show you how it looks on the XP machine. And guess what? I just shut the lid like a fool, so I have a feeling that's going to... Oh, no, it stayed connected. Good. That is the dial-up internet, not the VGA connection. But before I do anything else, let's turn that noise cancellation back on. Alright, heck, I did that. Filters. Let's give ourselves a filter. Alright, we got the noise filter. Alright, let's see how that works. Any minute now. Function F4. Yeah, so anytime you have a video... Oh, I mean, anytime you have a connection, I don't know why I brought up video, but you'll see an incoming connection, you'll see one connected, and then you'll see dial is connected, and yeah, you would not get that extra the extra dial when nothing's connected. And you'll see this one, it'll disappear. Yep, there it is. So, yep, that is it for the video pretty much. We found out just much like the Linux dial-up, only certain modems will work, like the old... I will. You know what? Let's get to the... Do I dare try this? I don't think you can go above Windows XP on this, but let's see if we can get the webcam. So yes, one of these is recommended. These are very cheap on eBay. This is a US Robotics. And working out the bugs with the new system here. The microphone in the way, trying to do this in mirror. There you go. So something like this. Doesn't matter what color it is, but if you have one of those, you need a genuine modem. The soft modems and the Winmodems. And well, and this is the Cisco SPA112. And as long as you got a 2 amp power brick, you should be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section as you so wish. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a good one.